This is Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy. Today I'm going to give you a little preview of a watch list. We definitely have us a new president right now. I tried to do a video a little bit ago and I got a little off course. But I think businesses are going to appreciate the next 4 years. Small businesses, especially, not the big corporates. The big corporates have made a killing in the past 4 years with all that free money that's been printed. We printed more money than we did during the 8 years of Obama, and it caused a huge, not a recession, but a huge inflation that will never be corrected. Now, the core of the rise of inflation might slow down a bit until we get another Democrat back in office, and then we'll see another 10, 15, 20% increase in inflation. But for right now, we've got a new president, and they're going to try to clean house, clean the swamp. And politicians shouldn't be getting so filthy rich up there, for one thing, when they're out there serving the people. So let's see what we can do about that. But I'm expecting a pretty good 2024. I'm going to be buying the dips. The Wall Street, I don't think, in my recollection, that I don't think that they're too happy about having Trump in office, because they like all that free money. That free money, bring it in. They don't have to spend their money. They just use the government's money, your tax money. So that's might set off a few of them, but too bad. You got to spend your own money if you're in a business, not keep trying to, get benefits from the government. So Wall Street's definitely changed in the 20 years that I've been watching it. It's got a lot more greedier, a lot worse, and a lot more. You can see now. I mean, it's not hidden anymore. They used to get behind closed doors and move the market, but now you got the internet. You got these politicians that are getting filthy rich off Wall Street. So you just follow their stuff. That's what I've been doing. I like being in the now. So let's get over the watch list. And the SPY right now, I think we're going to pull back. We got a 1, 2, 3 down here, somewhere a little bit around 594. So we're going to magnify this up. I'm going to get rid of this alert so I can see what I'm doing here. And we got a little right about there. Man, I'm having a hard time today. Extend to the left. Oh, I didn't want that. There we go. Create an alert right above that trend line. 594.73, somewhere in that area. As we come down, we could have a 1, 2, 3 bounce back up. We do have lower lows, so I like to see it come back down and try to find the support levels off these three right here. The first one being at 594.73, 592, and then 590 for the long haul. Now, if we look at the weekly, we had one heck of a Trump candle right here. So this thing could easily pull back to this support level right here, right around the 584, and be a strong buy. Right there at 584. So that's that. SPY. Let's see what that looked like on the daily again. Yeah. That's a pretty good drop. Create an alert right there too. Maybe we'll get a double bottom at open. We come in here at open and then bounce off the double bottom and then retrace on down by the end of the day and do a double bottom on yesterday's low down here somewhere in this area down in here. Coin took a little spanking yesterday. And we got Disney broke the 200 on the weekly. I was on the daily. So we got Disney here breaking the 200. So now the 200 becomes support right around 101, 101.31 for it to stay bullish. If not, she'll drop down below it and hit the 9 EMA. It's on the daily. But yeah, I definitely keep Disney on watch now. Yesterday traded the IWM. A little put. Got into calls, traded the calls. And then we got the Donald. Nile was down yesterday. China's down. China's down again pre-market today. So you could get a little cat bounce on up and then pull back down. But definitely keep a good eye on China today and see if we can get another little morning bounce. We had a pullback yesterday too. So we've had a 5-day pullback here on PDD. Resistance will be back to the 200 on all these here 1 minute time frames. So if you take the trade, run it up to the 200 EMA on the 1 minute. And that's going to be BABA, PDD, K-Web, and JD are my China plays. And then I look at Nile also. So where did I put that at? There we go. And the next one, I was looking at ELF yesterday, or was it, let me see which one this was. I forgot what one it was. /ES. Got a bull flag right here. It could bounce back up. Low support on it. Definitely a double bottom. Somewhere right around in here. I'm going to go ahead and put an alert at $6,009.75. See if we hit that. See support, resistance. Kind of like a pivot point area. And what else? SPX. I love trading this SPX. This is how I do the SPX, just in case you're curious. I use the VWAP on the SPY. And I see where we are here on the SPY, see if it's bullish or not. And that's my leading indicator to take the SPX. Now, if we gap up, I'm looking for a pullback. If we gap down, I'm looking for a breakout. And that's SPX. So I got them charted here, SPX, and then over here I have the SPY VWAP. And I take both them trades at the same time. I come in here in the morning. And I look at these. I got the IWM, the QQQ, the SPY, and the SPX. And I see which ones are up and which ones are down. And that gives me the idea which one I want to trade. Yesterday, we had the IWM was up. and the SPY, the SPX, and the QQQ were down. So I called out a put on the IWM, and then in the same sentence, moments later, I was calling out calls on the SPY and the SPX and the QQQ. So I just kind of look at them. If there's one that just looks a little bit odd, I'm going to look at it real close and see if I can take a trade on it. That means if it doesn't follow the trend of the others. And yesterday, it was the IWM that had that big breakout. And we took it back to the 200 right at open. And then we had a 1, 2, 3 triple top, lower highs, and it did a double bottom at the end of the day. Oh, that's it. It's kind of rough. Cisco was on my watch list. Oh, there you go. Cisco did not like earnings. $30. So I'm going to go to the 1 hour. The 200 breaks, we move on up to the EMA. Definitely didn't hold my support. I called this support yesterday. I said we're going to pull back. And that's exactly what we did right into close. We pulled back and hit that bottom support. And it bounced off that 200 EMA on the 1 hour. So definitely keep Cisco on watch today. You could probably get a scalp out of it. I don't know if I talked about Disney. Disney broke the 200 on the daily. So we're definitely starting to be bullish on Disney. You got a resistance right up in here to break. And that resistance to bring it up higher will be right around 104.19 for today's resistance, with support being off the 200 on the daily. If that doesn't hold, then we're due to drop down and hit the 63. Or the 200 EMA, or maybe even the 9. But to stay bullish, you got to be above that 101.31 to the penny. To the penny. Mara, Bitcoin took a big, huge run yesterday. So we got a flag here on Mara. And I called 2124 support yesterday. The gap, you got a gap right here. So if you don't know anything about how to trade gaps, you got 2 support levels on a gap. You got your top of your gap right here where the body of that candle is at 2124. And then the bottom of that gap is right down here, right around 1966. Now, there's probably something else that I'm missing here because I drew that trend line right there. So let's see if we go to the 4 hour or the 90-day 1 hour. 4 hour. Yeah, that's pretty much a support level, but the low support's definitely right down here at 1966 to get into that trade. But we had a big breakout yesterday, huge breakout here on Bitcoin. Why? Well, news out today, Trump wants to stop all capital gains on Bitcoins. You got Elon Musk and Doge. It's a perfect recipe to hit that 100 grand plus, maybe even more on Bitcoin. And I'll show you something here on Bitcoin. So here's a 5-year chart. 5-year chart. And this is what you call overhead resistance. And you got 1, 2, 3 tops. And that's on Bitcoin. So this thing could fall back to 80,000 and be a very strong buy and hold that bottom of that candle. So that's where I'd be probably looking for the 80,000. But definitely you could, things could get nasty and then start to build support above the old resistance. The old resistance is 71,230. Right around 71,238, somewhere in there. And that, if that holds, but your first support's going to be right here. At that 80,362 area, that 80,000 spot. And then resistance is definitely the 100 grand. But this is a huge Trump breakout. So Bitcoin, definitely coins are going to be in play for next year. Big time. Big time. Big time. Big time. Tesla. Fat cats just can't keep. I mean, they're tongue tied right now. They're tongue tied right now. Here on Tesla. I mean, you got so many people out there that are against Tesla, against Elon in general, because he's against the establishment, and that's why I like him so much with Trump. I mean, Trump will be his co-president. If that makes any sense to you at all, it does to me, because he's a genius. And the government doesn't respect Elon as much as they should. So, I had a big old sell-off yesterday. I don't remember if I called this out yesterday or not. Let's pull this up on the 90-day 1 hour and clean this up. Oh, I had a Fibonacci on here. So I did chart it up yesterday. So we're landing off the 63. As long as we hold that 63 EMA, we're going to be good. Now, that is a gap. That is a gap fill. You see how we dip down to the gap? I talked about the gap earlier, right? Why are you being so difficult? So you got a confirmation of the 63 right here. Now, if that doesn't hold, it's a pretty good drop down to fill this gap down here at 300. We got 3 white soldiers right here, so that could be another support level right there. I might raise one of my alerts up to that spot. Three white soldiers right there at 317.93, so that could be the spot. But right now you're forming a flag. So we could break out again and find some resistance right up in here today. And that number is right at 337.61 with a strong, strong support to hold at 323.94. And if that doesn't hold, then we're going to drop on down and hit these other support levels. But we got three white soldiers right here, and that could be your solid support at 317.93. So I'm going to raise up this lower support just above that 317. Be able sure I can get that, and we'll worry about that when it comes. Definitely we're bullish on Tesla into 2025. Bullish. This thing could go to 500. I got a 375 price target. Called that out last week, and we're at we hit 362 on Monday. I'm very bullish on Tesla now. People that have been trading with me for the last 12, 14 years know how that I watch Tesla every day, and that I've not been that bullish on this stock until a couple, 3 or 4 months ago, and then once the rhetoric started stopping, Wall Street's going to have to learn how to love Elon. And screw Bob Iger. AMC, the AMC pump, we had to pull back to 427. We've been down to 402. We had a nice little pullback yesterday, right at open. So I'm not very bullish on this stock. Resistance is, going to be right around the 520 area. Support still stays right around 427 for scalping trade, for day trade, swing trade, or whatever you want to do. Within that 80 cent. I'd probably swing trade it, but I don't trade it much. I don't like how it was pumped through roaring shitty. He's a bad promoter. I don't see how many people like that guy, but we got a right flag. Wonder why that right extension's not staying on there. It's on there now. So we got a symmetrical flag. This thing can come back down and retouch that 25, 26 area and then bounce up for a 1, 2, 3 breakout or continue on. Right now it looks a little bullish, GME, but resistance will be definitely at 27.44. And support right here at 26 for today. Let's see if that holds. GME. We called this out under 20, so I think that's about it for today. Did I do NVIDIA? I like NVIDIA a lot. Strong buy at 143.50. Just a little bit above it. No, actually, you could probably put it right there at 144.93. Inverse head and shoulders. Two-headed snake. Right here, it's that shoulder line. It can come back and connect to the right shoulder and then bounce back up and do a 1, 2, 3. And that's it. I'm going to get on out of here. Wish everybody a great day. Washboard Jim talks about moving averages, chart patterns, and being in the now.